Hi and welcome to Yoga Berry, your Yoga for Scoliosis channel. In today's video I'm going to show you a really lovely restorative yoga pose which is fantastic for scoliosis because it does release all that tension around the upper body that can usually accompany scoliosis. So shoulders, really nice to release the neck, upper body. You'll feel a nice stretch in the lower back as well, and we can adjust it really well for scoliosis. So my name is Christine Jaregiberry. I'm a yoga teacher specializing in yoga for scoliosis. I run a lovely and supportive Facebook group which you are very welcome to join if you or one of your loved ones have scoliosis. You'll find it under Yoga for Scoliosis Community. Feel free to join us over there. Please subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. It means so much to me. I love reading all your comments to see how you get on with your practice, what you enjoyed, what you maybe found difficult, or where you need a little bit more clarification. So let's get started with our video today. Good. So in this video, the pose that I'm showing you is actually quite prop heavy, meaning we need a lot of stuff. But before you run off, getting all your things around, just have a look first maybe, and then see, you can be a little bit creative, see what you've got around the house. So you don't need lots of expensive yoga props to be able to do this. I do have a bolster, and usually for this yoga pose, I actually use 2 yoga bolsters. However, one of my students has borrowed one of my bolsters, so I thought it's a great opportunity to show you how you can be a little bit more creative and use things around the house. Good. So what we need to do to begin with, so first of all, the usual child's pose that we normally do would be just sitting on your heels, extending the upper body and then resting the forehead on the floor. So if you've been to a yoga class before, you will have definitely come across this pose, and it can be nice. It's a lovely stretch. However, for some of us it's quite difficult to stay in there for a longer period of time, which you need if you actually want to release the upper back and the shoulders. It could be tricky on the knees, on the hips, wherever you might feel it. So what I'm going to show you is how to make this pose a lot more comfortable. And I'm going to use a block first of all, and then I have folded up a blanket, quite a firm blanket, but I'm folding it up like this, so almost making a bolster shape. And then I have a smaller blanket and another one just close by, and I can decide if I want to use it or not. So for the front over here, you can stack this up with books. For example, I think I'm going to put it on the higher side, so you don't need yoga blocks. And then I'm putting the other bolster on top here. So this could be, if I had more props, I would probably have it slightly higher, so it's a little bit more at an angle. But I'm quite happy with this for now. If you don't have the second bolster, what you could do is have a firm cushion, for example, a pillow, I mean. So like I've got some memory foam pillows which are quite firm. I can use that, and you might need something else here in the middle so it doesn't like sink down once you put your weight on it. So what I'm doing is I'm separating my legs and then sitting on this little construction here. So if this is too low, you can obviously build it up until your knees are comfortable in this position. And I'm coming really closely to my front bolster here, making sure this is all nice and comfortable. And then first of all, I'm just going to test it out. So this is quite closely in towards me, and then I'm resting my upper body and turning my head to one side and resting the arms. Good. So for me, this is fine. This is comfortable. If you are lucky enough to have quite a large chest, then obviously this might get all squashed here at the front. in which case you might want to use another blanket and just put it just kind of here to support this front here. So the chest has just got a little bit more space and resting like this. So for me, this is not comfortable. So I'm not going to use this. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to adjust this for our scoliosis curve. So just lie down for a moment. And obviously if your arms are my arms are relatively long, if they're hanging up in the air, I would suggest that you put something underneath the elbows and just have them supported. So this feels really comfortable for my arm. Just take, obviously you would do the same on the other side. I'm going to put it to the side for a moment. So just notice if there's one side of your body that sinks into the bolster more than the other side. So chances are, if you have a right thoracolumbar curve, a right C-shaped curve, it might be that your left side of your body is sinking down into the block a little bit more. In which case you could use a pillow, a towel, and support this side a little bit more. So you would have to put it in the right place, obviously. So this helps to lift this side and allows for the other side, the hump side, to drop a little bit more. So this would be for C-curve scoliosis. Obviously, if your curve is the other way, you would do the other way around, wherever you feel you're sinking down. Now S-curves, this is a little bit more tricky. So I've got a left lumbar, right thoracic curve. My left ribs seem to stick out, and I think this is where the curve changes direction, and it's got something to do with rotation as well. So this is my problem area personally. So I'm going to support, I think this is too big for me, so I have this little cork wedge that I sometimes use. So I lie down and I just kind of wedge it underneath the area where the ribs are poking out. And this is really comfortable. This makes all the difference for me. So if you don't have anything like that, you could use a washcloth, for example, anything in that shape. And you might feel that you don't need anything. So don't think just because you have scoliosis, you have to adjust it in some way. It's about what you feel in your body. If anything feels that it's uneven, and it might take you a while to figure this out, but you will, with practice, you will definitely. So time in this pose, I like to spend 5 minutes with the head turned one way, and then I turn the head and turn it to the other way. So this is quite a good way of also finding out if scoliosis has affected your neck, if there's maybe even a triple curve, so a slight curve in the neck, or rotation in the neck. So if one side feels like it's a lot easier to turn the head and then the other side is a lot trickier, then you know that you've got some sort of imbalance there in the neck. Good, so I would love for you to try this pose. It's really, really wonderful. The more time you spend in it, the better. Obviously, you have to make sure that you're 100% comfortable while you're in the pose. So please don't work through pain. Restorative yoga doesn't work with pain. So if you're already in pain in the pose, that's not good. That's not right. That's not how it works. So you have to kind of find lots of ways to make it more comfortable. You could build up this higher. So you could put more blankets on top here to make it higher. You could make the seat higher where you're sitting on to make your legs more comfortable. So there's plenty of ways. I'm just going to try this out. So this immediately gives you more lift, which is wonderful. But I would love for you to try this out and let me know how it goes. And I will see you very soon for the next video.